Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Truly Odd Podcast, where we give you some game news and some movie news. Now, I'm still feeling a bit under the weather today, so forgive me if I cough or you hear me drinking some water as we talk about today's topics. For game news today, we're only going to be covering one topic, and that is today's PlayStation State of Play that was just done about 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, my time. And yeah, we're going to be going through a laundry list of games that they have announced and showcased. So yeah, well, let's get into it, guys. So the first game that they showed us at the State of Play was Monster Hunter Worlds. This game looks to be fun and entertaining. If you're a fan of the first Monster Hunter, I don't see why this wouldn't be a game that you wouldn't be interested in. But yeah, so I'm going to rattle off a lot of these games. We have about 27, 28 games to go through. I'm only going to highlight ones that really interest me, but I definitely want to give some details when it comes to certain games. But the first game I wanted to highlight is Shinobi Art of Vengeance. This one looks like a fun platformer game. I haven't really played a fun platformer since I think it was Hades that came out. My lady bought that for me on the Switch, and that game was a lot of fun. So this is looking to be another fun platformer-esque type of game. So one game I might be very interested in. I'm not sure if it would be a PlayStation purchase for me. This seems more like a portable game with the Switch for me, but we'll see what happens. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is our next game, followed by Lost Soul Aside. Lost Soul Aside looks pretty interesting. That is one of the games that I am interested in. Also, there's a Splitgate Alpha coming out soon. We got WWE 2K25. This one not really piquing my interest much, but if you're into those WWE games, then this is something to look out for. We have the Borderlands 4 game, which now has a release date of September 2025. So if you're a fan of Borderlands, this is a game to look forward to for you. Me personally, I am not a huge fan of the Borderlands franchise. I just couldn't really get into the games and honestly haven't given it a fair shot. It's just certain games, you have when you're living your life, you have certain time for certain games, and sometimes you just want to play the games that pique your interest, and this game really hasn't piqued my interest, or this franchise hasn't super piqued my interest. Who knows, maybe Borderlands 4 will be one of the first ones I get into. We'll see what happens. Next, we have a game I'm very much looking forward to, Split Fiction. We have an extended trailer that will showcase the state of play since the game's going to be releasing within the next month. They're really pushing the advertisement for this, and this game is looking to be a lot of fun. I really cannot wait to play this game and jump into this world with these two characters. I know me and my girlfriend are going to have a great time playing this game cooperative. I might even play with my brother from time to time. Me and him enjoyed the last split screen games that they've released. We spoke about them in our last couple episodes. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we have Directive 8020. This is looking to be a horror game. It seems on the line of oh my god, there was what I forget what it's called. It starts with a C, Cypress or something like that. It was a video game that's kind of Dead Space, as that was recently released with I think one of the actors for the Transformers movie. But yeah, this is looking to be like that. I love the actress that they have involved. She was just in the show The Day of the Jackal with oh my goodness, with Eddie Redmayne. I cannot remember her name. She was also in the 007 movie. Forgive me, I can't remember her name off the top of my head at the moment, but she's a great actress. This looks to be like a fun horror game. Again, not much of a horror game guy myself, and that jumps into our next game, which is Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. I'm not a big Five Nights at Freddy guy. Again, I don't really play horror games all that much, so yeah, not really one that piqued my interest. But there are two there's one horror-like game that did pique my interest, and that's the next game on our list, The Midnight Walk. Now, the reason this one piqued my interest was not necessarily the fact that it's a horror game, but the fact that it looks like they used stop motion in the animation style for the game, which I find very interesting and very fun. So this game, I might convince my girlfriend to play it so I can just watch her play it. She's the one that enjoys horror games here in this household. But yeah, this game, it looks really good. I'm loving the art style. The stop motion art style is something I've always been interested in since I was a kid. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they come out with this game. And a game I wasn't expecting to look forward to, but Darwin's Paradox, which is you're playing like an octopus and you're going through the worlds trying to escape or trying to show something. I forget what the story's about, but the gameplay looked like a lot of fun and something that very much piqued my interest. Surprisingly, I really was not expecting to enjoy the way this game looks. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye out on this game. It might be one of these games that I'm picking up that I just was not expecting to. Next, we have Warriors Abyss. It looks interesting. And then we have Onishima 2. I think this is a remaster. I know it's not a remake, but it's more like an HD update version of the game. I was a fan of the Onishima games when I was younger, so this is going to be fun to revisit this game. I'm not sure if I'm probably going to pick it up when it's on PlayStation Plus. It's not a game I probably would purchase, but luckily they announced a Onishima game, which is a new Onishima game, which is Onishima Way of the Sword. Now this one looks like a lot of fun. This game is not going to be released till 2026, so pretty early announcement. But I'm loving the way that the game looks. The only thing I can say from the footage that they showed, excuse me, from the footage that they showed, it looks like the AI from the enemies is a bit wonky. But again, this game is not coming out to 2026, so there's room for a lot of improvement. But I'm happy that they at least showed us some gameplay footage, which I very much appreciate. A lot of the times when they do early year or two announcements, they just show CGI footage and nothing much of gameplay. So I really appreciate them doing that for this game. And a lot of the games, except for one that I can mention, have shown us gameplay, even though they're probably not coming out till 2026. Or they may even get pushed. You know how the game industry is. They'll announce all these games and then push them later on. But yeah, Onishima Way of the Sword, definitely looking forward to that one. Then we have Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Looks fun. I think this is a remake. I've never been a Metal Gear Solid person. It's just a game I haven't given a chance. I haven't got into. I think it was like right before my time and my interest in game. Maybe a little too complicated for me when I was a little kid playing. I just wanted a run and gun, and this was very strategic kind of gameplay. So it wasn't really one for me. But who knows? We'll see what happens with that game. Let me know if you guys are interested in down below. Next, a game that I thought looked pretty interesting was Hell is Us. Hell is Us looks like a fun, interesting game. I'm loving the way that the graphics are looking. You have like some drone following you in the gameplay footage, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this looks to be a game that kind of interests me. I'm going to keep an eye out more for more details on this game. We also have Life of P Overturn. I believe this is a prequel to the Life of P game. I never played the Life of P game. It just went under my radar. Never got a chance to play it. But it's not a game that I would not be interested in playing, so I might have to pick up the first Life of P game just to see if it's a game I really enjoy. I know that a lot of people call these games Souls-like games. Excuse me. They call these games Souls-like games, but you know, these type of action RPGs are just really fun and entertaining, and I love the story and the combat. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that game. And another game that looked pretty interesting, I'm not sure exactly where they were going, is called Dreams of Another. Now, it looked like you had to destroy to create in this game. Very interesting art style. So I'm interested in what they're doing with this game. It doesn't seem like my type of game, but I am interested in the concept of it. So we'll see what happens there. Now, one of the announcements that they did that I was probably interested in more than most people was Days Gone Remaster. And the reason this interests me the most is because I think Days Gone was a very underrated PlayStation exclusive game. This game was a lot of fun. I loved fighting with the hordes of zombies. I loved that it was single player story based. And it was just a game that I very much enjoyed. And I'm happy they're doing a remaster. It gives me an excuse to go back and play the game and try out these new game modes that they have with, I think, the horde mode that they announced. As far as photography mode and all the other ones that they announced, I'm not very much interested in. But it's an excuse to go back and play the game in a remastered format. I don't have a PS5 Pro, but still being mastered for the PS5. This is definitely a game that could use a definite upgrade. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I'm hoping now that we're getting this remaster that it'll spark interest within a newer game. I'm hoping they do a sequel eventually, and we'll see how the remaster does, and hopefully that'll lead towards a sequel. I know that the studio recently stopped a game that they were in the middle of producing, and I'm hoping they lean forward more into another Days Gone sequel. So we'll see what happens with that. We have a game called Blueprints, another game called uh, Abiotic Factory. Really games that I'm not really interested in. They don't look like my type of games for myself. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about those ones. This one looks pretty interesting. Tides of Annihilation. Now, this one was mostly CGI heavy, but I do believe that there was some gameplay footage mixed in there. Of course, enhanced with the cinematics and stuff like that. But this game looked to be very interesting, a lot of fun, and I think you can see a pattern with the games that I'm calling out most of with the Lost Souls aside, Onishima, Split Fiction, and was it the Midnight Walk, or all the games that I've or not Midnight Walk, Hell is Us. If you look at all these games and see their trailers, there's a bit of a pattern. I'm very interested in nice graphics, but most importantly, stories. These seem to be mostly single player story games, well, except for Split Fiction, but mostly story driven games that are single player based for the most part, and have a lot going on behind them. I'm not a super multiplayer player type of person. However, I have been enjoying some lately, like Marvel Rivals and so forth. But yeah, there's a pattern with the games that I'm interested in, and that's definitely one that I'm interested in is Tides of Annihilation. Then we have Metal Eaton, I think it is. Uh, Not really much to say about that one. And then Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye looked pretty interesting. It had a bit of what's the game? It had a bit of Division look to it. With the third person aspect ratio and the way that the gameplay looked. I was a little disappointed when the game director came out during the state of play saying that they were going to show gameplay footage. I was more hoping for like a demo, almost like someone actually playing the game and we're following them for a little bit of a section. Instead, it just was more reels and highlights of driving and shooting, and not really showing much of the game hub and stuff like that. But yeah, this one sparked my interest as well. Mind's Eye seems like an interesting game, so we'll keep an eye out for those. And lastly, the last game shown was Saros, which looks to be a Returnal type game. This was only a cinematic trailer. No gameplay was shown. This is a 2026 game. So yeah, a bit early of showing the announcement for this games. Yeah, that's the list of games. Though again, I'm gonna repeat the ones that I'm interested in: Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, Lost Souls Aside, Split Fiction, The Midnight Walk, Darwin's Paradox, Onishima Way of the Sword, Hell is Us, Days Gone Remaster, Tides of Annihilation, and Mind's Eye. Did you guys take a look at the state of play? What do you guys think about it? What do you think of this game, of these list of games? Is there one you're interested in that I maybe have overlooked or didn't really think about? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, before we move on to the movie news topic, I want to talk about the presentation itself for the state of play. While, yes, these games are a lot of fun and interesting, my only disappointment was this is our first state of play of 2025, and I think we got about 4 or 5 games that are going to be released in 2026. So I'm interested in where are the games for 2025. Where's our Ghost of Yote gameplay? Where's our God of War announcement, if they're going to have a God of War announcement for 2025? So I'm very interested in like why they were focused on future games for 2026, and not really PlayStation exclusive games. Let me repeat that in another way. So most of these games are multi-platform. You're gonna see them on PlayStation 5, PC, and maybe even Xbox and Switch, depending on the game. So I think the only PlayStation exclusive games that they showed in this list of like 27, 28 games that they showed us are Saros, which is from a PlayStation studio game, and what was the other one? I think it's Sorrows and Days Gone. I think those are the only two PlayStation exclusive games that they announced. The rest are multi-platform. So this is just more of an announcement than anything else. More an announcement for other games and more than it was for PlayStation. So I'm very curious as to why they did it this way. I was hoping more towards the end of the show, towards when they were showing Mind's Eye and Sorrows, that they would show us what was coming out for PlayStation exclusively for 2025 and not necessarily focus on 2026. We have the whole rest of the year to announce games for 2026, but I think this was too early. You know, we're only in February of 2025, so we have a lot of games to be released this year that I thought they could have really highlighted for the PlayStation. I think it's just a missed opportunity on their part, but these games looked very fun and very interesting, so I am very much looking forward to checking out a lot of the games on this list. And man, I wish I could do like shadow clones like Naruto and copy myself so I can take a chance to play all these games and give you guys reviews and let you know my thoughts on them. So, but I am definitely looking forward to the next couple years in gaming. It's gonna be a good time. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys thought of the PlayStation, the state of play for PlayStation, and which of these games are you guys looking forward to the most? I would have to say my most anticipated out of this entire list that that I've spoken of would have probably been Split Fiction, but because it's coming out so soon, I think the one that I enjoyed the most was actually Tides of Annihilation. It's split between Tides of Annihilation and Lost Souls aside. Those all look very interesting. But yeah, I think Tides of Annihilation is gonna take it for me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. What was your favorite game announcement? What game are you looking forward to the most? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Moving on now to movie news. Today we had our release of the first official full trailer of How to Train Your Dragon. Now, if you guys have taken a look at this, the link will be in the description down below to the YouTube video for the trailer. Now, my thing is, this trailer looks great, phenomenal. Love the CGI, love the characters, love the actors. Everything's looking phenomenal. My only concern is, and it's a dumb concern if I'm being honest, is this looks to be a shot for shot remake of the animated movie. Now, I mean, what more could you ask for, honestly? But I was hoping for a little extra. I'm not sure what the runtime of this movie is compared to the animated one, but I was hoping for a little more substance. They show you some clips that look almost exactly like they're from the animated movie. So it's an idiotic complaint on my part, to be honest with you, but I'm just hoping for a little more. I'm enjoying what they're showing us so far, but I'm hoping the next trailer or two show us a little more substance, a little extra from this project. If you're gonna do a shot for shot remake, it's kind of like, what's the point? I feel like when you're gonna do a remake like this, it's nice to expand on the story, and I hope that they do that. And anyone that's complaining about the little girl being black, like, please, this is a fantasy world with dragons. Please stop it. She looks like she's doing a phenomenal job acting in this role. She looks great to me. I'm loving Gerard Butler. So yeah, let's leave the movie as it is and wait till it's released to give it an honest review. And until then, let's not get too much over our heads about it. Next, I would like to talk about another trailer called G20. Now, this movie is not as big as How to Train Your Dragon, but I got like what is it? Air Force One vibes from this trailer. I love Viola Davis. If you haven't seen the trailer, again, the link is in the description down below. I love Viola Davis. She's a phenomenal actress, and I think this is just a fun, dumb action movie that it looks to be a good time. She's playing the president of the United States. Has a good, solid cast, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie. I think it's gonna be one that I watch. Sadly, I think this is gonna be direct to streaming. I very much doubt this is gonna have a theatrical release, but it'll be fun to pop some popcorn in the microwave, sit down, maybe have like a couple sandwiches, and enjoy this movie. I think it's looking to be fun. I feel like the movie industry is missing out on a lot of these fun, dumb action movies like Love Hurts, G20, and others. So it's nice to see them make a comeback for streaming or whatever they're being released on. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these two trailers. Did you like the How to Train Your Dragon trailer? Are you like me? Or are you hoping for a little more than just a shot for shot remake of the animated one? And did you like the G20 film or G20 trailers? Is it something that interests you? Have you seen Air Force One? Does it remind you of that? It does for me. Let me know in the comments down below. Moving on, we have Captain America Brave New World. Has mixed reviews so far. As of right now, has 51% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's just been mixed all around. I think it's right down the middle. Not good, not bad. I think this is on the lower end for MCU movies, so very interested in seeing it. I'm going to be watching it tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a double feature of Love Hurts and Captain America Brave New World, so my review will be coming out probably this Friday for you guys. But let's get some of these comments or some of these reviews and read them to you guys. Right here we have no blockbuster that costs this much should look this shady. This comes from to us from AA Dode Digital Trends, who gives the movie a 1.5 out of 5. Ralph Guzman from Newsday says compared to some of the studio's recent misfires, the new entry is at least passable. So we have literally middle of the road reviews from some people and negative views from others. I am still looking forward to this movie. None of these reviews honestly don't hinder me from wanting to go or to not go from seeing a movie. But it is interesting to see what some people are thinking about the film. If you're interested in seeing some of these comments and reviews, I'm going to have a link to the Rotten Tomatoes page listed down below. Just me personally, I am still looking forward to this movie. I'm a big Captain America fan, even though this is not Steve Rogers. This is Falcon or I forget the character's name. But yeah, Falcon. Still, I'm hoping that this is a new start for the MCU going forward, and it's nice to see that them touching base on certain plot points that they have left up in the air since 2008, and since the Eternals with Tiamat coming out of the Earth. So yeah, our last movie news topic of today is Karl Urban's first look as Johnny Cage has been revealed. If you haven't been seeing this going around online, we have an image of Johnny Cage for the first time looking like he's on a movie poster. Uncaged Fury. I'm loving the way that this is looking. I feel that Johnny Cage should have been the other character from the first Mortal Kombat movie. I can't even remember the character's name, but I think that was a waste of a character, honestly, because they wanted to introduce someone into this world and have them, be the audience member going on between. And I think Johnny Cage should have been that character to do that. But I'm loving that they got Karl Urban for Johnny Cage. I think this is perfect casting. I love this actor. He's done great in movies like Dread, and he even did good in the Thor Ragnarok movie. I've loved almost everything he's done. And The Boys, if you haven't seen The Boys on Amazon, what a phenomenal job he does there. So to see him as Johnny Cage is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that this Mortal Kombat movie turns out a little bit better than the first one. The first one wasn't horrible, But with Karl Urban being in this new one, I think it's going to be a chance for the franchise to pick itself back up off the floor and really just hit the ground running with this new Johnny Cage character. I'm hoping he's our lead, and he's going to be our main focus of this film before we lead into Mortal Kombat 3, which I'm hoping we get. So yeah, what do you guys think of this poster? Are you excited to see Karl Urban as Johnny Cage? Were you hoping for someone else? Me personally, I think this was just perfect casting. I would have never thought of it honestly, but the fact that he's in there is a lot of fun, and I'm very much looking forward to this Mortal Kombat 2 movie. I'm hoping that we see a trailer pretty soon now that we're getting a Johnny Cage poster. I'm thinking we're gonna get this Johnny Cage one, maybe a couple other character posters, and then we'll probably have a trailer by the time the Thunderbolts comes out. But yeah, that's it for our news today, guys. What did you guys think of all the news segments? Was there anything that you would like to talk about next time? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Captain America tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys get a chance to go out and see the movie and support it if you're interested in it. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.